Alright, everybody, welcome back to 001 Radio. Today, I'm Ryan. I'm joined by Wyatt.
Hi, I'm Wyatt. That's my name, Wyatt. I'm Wyatt.
Yeah, we're doing something a little different today. We're going to be checking out Galaxy and Turmoil, at least the conceptual demo. So, our expectations are tempered to the level of this being a conceptual demo, which I think is an important
you may be asking yourself, 001, this has nothing to do with Star Wars. What are you doing? Haha, that's where you're wrong, because this actually has some connection to Star Wars. So it is relevant to our podcast, which is a Star Wars podcast.
Yep, it's got a pretty decent amount to do with Star Wars. So, for people that don't know, it's basically based off of the original Battlefront 3 like tech demos that were found. I think that's pretty much the end of that conversation. Actually, it's not a lot more.
Yeah. Well, I think they're using some of the same code as well, which is why they can't monetize the game in any way, because it's not technically their code, from what I understand.
Yeah. Well, so this is important note. Neither of us have played this before at all. I think both of us have kind of been following development for a few years, but not super in depth.
Yeah. What little they've told us, because we don't really know a whole lot about it outside of what we just said.
We got 4 classes: Ranger, Engineer, Demolitionist, and Assassin. Character models look pretty good. I like this guy.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute.
No burst.
The game may have just crashed. Hold on.
It is a conceptual demo.
It is definitely frozen. Oh, wait, no, I'm in it. Oh.
Alright, let's try this. We'll go. Less time required for hacking terminals. Don't know what that means yet, but we'll see.
I don't think I'm in the same game as you, so I'm just gonna dip.
I'm in New York 1. Number 5, I think. It's the team deathmatch.
There we go. It is important to note that we're the only 2 people playing this game right now.
Yep. On Steam, all the servers are empty, so... Oh, that is getting instantly shot. You're on mission. This is just a team deathmatch mode. Seems like a good place to start off because it's simple. We understand how to play team deathmatches.
Right.
The audio's a little all over the place.
I have played a few in my day.
A few death matches, just a couple.
The Ranger looks like a Power Ranger.
Hey, I'm down for Power Rangers in any game.
I mean, I'm not against it. That was like my immediate first thought. Okay.
What's up that to there?
It doesn't look horrible. There's a lot of like.
It definitely looks like tech demo-y, but it doesn't look that bad.
It looks like an Unreal Engine game.
Absolutely.
Like, it has that kind of like glossy kind of shine to it. Now it's not running incredibly, but I am running it at 4K with everything maxed, so I'm not being super fair here.
Go with demo. Yeah, one thing interesting, I know something else that we've compared the Battlefront series to a little bit has been a game called Angels Fall First. Which is something I also kind of want to play on stream at some point, because that game is, I think, really fun.
I haven't played it yet. I've heard about it though.
Yeah, it's very fun. It's UE3 though, so it's a dated thing, but it's still in development. This has been in development for a very long time. Oh whoa, this is a shock rifle.
I haven't run into anyone yet.
What's this grenade launcher? Weapon effects are a little much right here.
There's not a lot of like kick to them either.
I don't think this one doesn't have any.
Oh, it has recoil, but the barrel doesn't come back down, which is interesting.
I think the engineer gun doesn't really have any audio to it, which is a little odd.
Oh, it does. I mean, when you're firing, not when you're reloading, though.
The Sunstorm or the Demolitionist, not the engineer, actually.
Oh, I'm playing the Ranger. Wait a minute. Never mind. Who the hell am I? Oh, Jesus. Okay.
That gun does not really have any audio. A little odd.
But I mean...
Yeah, conceptual demo. Important.
Oh, did I just... Oh, I killed you.
Yeah, did you see me trying to hit you with that thing?
That was insane. What was that?
That's the Demolitionist main gun.
Oh my god. I see what you mean now.
Yeah, it had no audio. It was weird. Let's try out...
Alright.
I think this is Demolitionist. Weird thing, the
This,
bots
like-
seem to like camp at the door to the spawn, but then they can get
I
killed
haven't-
instantly.
I've barely seen any like enemy bots.
This gun feels
I got
pretty
these two blue bots. Oh wait, no, they are shooting at something. Never mind.
I think they were shooting at me.
Oh. I'm loving this purple Power Rangers aesthetic, though. This is sweet.
This is the camera's acting a little funky when I like crouch. It does this weird jump. That's mostly like a polished thing, though.
Cover me! I'm reloading!
The shooting feels pretty good.
Oh, what the hell? Oh, hi.
It's revenge for her later.
All right.
These look like they're supposed to be teleporters or something, but they don't seem to do anything right now.
Oh, these big like
Yeah,
they look like Halo teleporters.
That's also something I feel like I should play on stream. Some Halo's a great time.
If you're still planning on playing Gears 5, we should do that too.
Yeah, I want to go through the entirety of Gears. At least all the ones available on PC, which I think is 1, 4, and 5. Wow, that was instant. That was a very quick death.
You just kind of jumped. I didn't see you, and then your body just kind of flopped back into view. That was great.
Okay, let's try Ranger.
You know, I was expecting it to look a lot less finished than it is.
Yeah, I thought the visuals would be a lot less polished. It seems like sound is kind of where the cuts happen right now.
Definitely. Well, there's even some like oil or water spilling out of this pipe. Stuff like
The
there's a
lighting
lot of
looks good too. I like this.
yeah,
lighting.
it's very
The
like
weapon effects
intense and
are
dramatic.
very like they're very Star Warsy, which I think is good. This game wants to be in a similar vein.
They have a combat roll that makes me so happy.
How do you combat roll? Ooh, C changes shoulders. T does something weird. I'm not gonna press that. G is grenade. I don't know why. Grenades do work.
Beautiful.
Wow, that gun is
Oh my god.
a monstrosity.
You have to get really close though.
I wonder if that's what it does. Maybe it does more damage the closer you are. Let's try this again.
The lighting is a bit much in a few areas, I would say. Like, I like that it's very dramatic. Also, this is just a dead end, so that's fun. Okay.
Oh yeah, the engineer gun does a lot. Does it also have no audio on your end?
Yeah.
I just want to double check.
Except
we have a
my
sniper.
stream is purple and yours is red.
Good way to differentiate the teams. Sniper's got a scope. It's got audio. It's got a cool like
Some of these,
particle beam.
I'm looking at some of these like environmental assets in like the main room here. Like, again, there's a lot of detail. Like, there's a whole conveyor belt with some like rusted pieces of tech on it. This like completely
I'm
cluttered
trying to use
works
the sniper
table.
rifle without actually sniping, which is probably not the best way to play the game. Got a different secondary too. Yeah, I think what people are probably interested in is how this is comparing to Battlefront 2 right now. Both the old one and the new one.
Mm-hmm.
That's also what I'm curious to see. I think this conceptual demo is not going to really be a great example of that, because it is like super early in development.
Yeah.
The shooting definitely feels way better than classic Battlefront 2, which is good.
And also, I mean, that game came out what 2005.
Yeah, but it was definitely good for
what
its time.
expected. Oh, sure.
But it hasn't aged quite as well. And new Battlefront 2, I think, has some really good handling for what it is, but it's not really a classic shooter.
No, not at all. But it's it's very streamlined, which for Star Wars is that makes sense.
Yeah, it feels good enough for what it is. It definitely looks great. Is the big thing. It looks like Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
Wow, this jetpack has a lot of charge.
There's a jetpack.
Yeah, double tap space.
Oh my god! What was that?
It's a sniper.
Oh. I looked at you and I died. That was incredible.
You almost killed me. I got like one tick of damage from your gun. It almost killed me. Desalination. Oh, that's your spawn. I don't want to be there. Please get me out. Please get me out. that did not go as well as I had hoped. Let's try this. I like the Rain Dancer. The Rain Dancer was fun. I love the character design here. We got some nice aliens.
See, all my guys look the same. They're just like one set of armor. So I don't know what the aliens look like exactly.
I wonder if it's like aliens and counter aliens.
That's what I'm interested in. It's like they've obviously had to set up this completely different universe, so I'm wondering like how in depth they're gonna be with that.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm wondering if they're gonna stick with using Battlefront 3 code, or if they're moving on to their own stuff so they can monetize it. I feel like they're moving to their own stuff so they can monetize it. I thought I heard that somewhere, but I could be wrong.
I mean, that makes the most sense.
Yeah, because like you can't sustain development for like years without some form of money coming in.
Yeah. These bots have absolutely no concept of what's going on.
I love the bots just seem to run to the spawns and sit outside. It's hilarious.
As people who've had to use nav meshes before, something went wrong here.
It's probably... I wonder, is this on UE 3 or 4? It's got to be on 4 if it's like a new thing.
Oh, I can't snipe.
I mean, if this is even base Battlefront, it might... If it's based off Battlefront 2, it may not even be in UE. I think it is, though. It looks like UE. Yeah. It feels like Unreal. It's got that Unreal.
It feels unreal. Yeah, I'll be here all night, folks.
Oh wow, the engineer has a good sidearm. That Hallex. It's got some nice.
Oh,
effects.
the Ranger has it too. What class had the jetpack? Because I don't think the Ranger.
I think all
does.
of them do.
You said double tap?
Double tap space.
Yeah, it's not working for the Ranger.
Maybe they don't. Alright, I can't kill anything there. We gotta go.
Half of it's just running around looking where all the goddamn bots are.
They're at the spawns, that's it. Just to get the spawns.
Cowards.
Oh, they definitely got like a good visual design going on here. It's just right now there's not a ton to fill it out.
Yeah.
Like I think they wanted to do like space and infantry battles, so hopefully we see some of that.
I mean, there's 2 more modes, and I think one of them was the one that kind of has that like space and land battle combination.
Try Ranger, see if they have.
Because I think, to be honest, I think we have like a pretty decent idea at this point. I'm kind of ready to like.
We can swap over to a different mode.
Because the bots here are just not. They're
hopefully
not making it happen.
Mode does some stuff.
All right, I am backing out.
Let's go to. Oh, I didn't want to play. Server browser. Let's do.
What's domination? Do you have
domination's what we want to check? New York 3.
Yeah, let's do it.
Or New York number 1-3.
New York 13.
New York 13-13.
Oh, don't. Come on. Oh, okay. Kind of seeing. I see the aliens now. The second one, the engineer, kind of reminds me of. Kind of reminds me of a Solarian.
Oh, I think I do.
From Mass Effect.
Let's get out of here. It's not the right server that I popped into.
Whoa, okay. Already there's this big vehicle, and texture popping's pretty rough. Oh, there we go.
That's pretty expected for new stuff, though.
Yeah. Well, it was pretty good in the small.
Yeah, that one was
all right, I'm in a vehicle.
Map, let's see.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
the sound they have for the vehicle.
Mech boys. I like the mech
sound
boys.
they have for the vehicle is not. Oh. Okay, I need to turn that down. Hold on.
I like this guy. It's a nice look here. Ooh.
Careful with the vehicles. The sound is for them is just. Oh, Jesus.
This map's got a lot more going on. It looks like. This looks like a Halo map, or Destiny map.
I'm claiming marshland.
I don't think we have. It doesn't seem like they have footstep sounds.
I mean, there's not a lot outside of the gun sounds, to be honest.
I think footstep sounds are probably priority. That's like a
Control.
real important
Bill?
shooter thing.
There's the announcer voice.
This map is pretty big.
Yeah.
Some nice like riverside huts here. And also the Ranger does not have the jetpack, I did check.
I just wish they could like really fill this up with bots more that like went somewhere.
Yeah, we need like 15 bots on each team and not just the ooh, that ladder animation really got me going.
I haven't seen a ladder yet. I'm excited.
Oh, I love that ladder animation.
We have lost control.
Oh, we've got pickups.
Ooh, there's a little mud skipper. Okay. Oh, that vehicle sound is rough. Jesus.
Oh yeah, I think I just heard it go by.
Oh, hi there.
Yeah, just trying to, you know, get some shots in while I can. Yeah, this hover pack has so much charge. It doesn't really run out. To be fair, it doesn't really go up.
Wait, what?
I think you headshot me.
Pardon?
That headshot, you know?
There's a lot of like if you just shoot the wall, there's like sparks that come off of it and everything. Looks good.
We have lost control.
We're dropping a couple frames here.
Taken all control.
I'm dropping real bad, but again, I'm being unfair in terms of the settings I have.
Yeah, I think I set everything to high, and that was my, like, good enough settings jaunt.
So I just capped all 3 points. There's like this whole section of the map over here that's like not used that much.
Yeah, I haven't seen a bot yet in this map. I'm curious as to where they're going. And then we got a vehicle on the map that's huge.
You have the
Somewhere.
smaller like speeder type stuff too. I wonder if they took the map design from the original game as well.
I don't know. I don't know how far along Battlefront 3 actually was. It was pretty far along, but...
Oh, it was. It was like 96, 97%. They had to do bug testing, and that's when it was canceled. Fun fact.
It's still such a shame we didn't get the classic Battlefront 3. That would have been great.
Yeah, and it's from a good studio too. You know, it's the people that made Time Splitters and GoldenEye and Perfect Dark. So
Yeah, they showed us a lot. We got to see a lot of concept art that has been like revealed since, and I think a lot of that stuff looks great. There's like art of what Anakin would look like if he was a Jedi after Mustafar.
oh, really? That's the sound effect for the vehicles is painful. I just wish I could turn it down. Like,
yeah, it doesn't really seem like they have
specifically.
AI set up to handle a like capture game mode.
I haven't seen a single, like even in my base, I haven't seen anyone.
The Mudskipper controls pretty well. It sounds horrible, but controls well.
Yeah.
Unless you try to go up a slope. Can't do slopes. This is like some classic Battlefront speeder controls.
Because the speeder controls in the new Battlefront are just the worst.
The vehicle controls in the new Battlefront I don't like at all.
Well, I like
We have lost control.
I like the
It works well in control.
Starfighter. Well, the Starfighter combat I think is good.
Control posts.
I haven't played the Starfighter combat in a while.
It's even for someone who doesn't really like play a lot of like planes or aerial vehicles in games, it's pretty good. Hey, that's my point.
No,
Get out of there.
My point now. Yeah,
Get
it's
off.
clear though that there's a lot still to go for this game.
Well, yeah, that's what I was expecting. I just kind of hope that it wouldn't be just us two. Like at least have some bots running around.
Yeah, I think the bots are definitely like they put out a conceptual demo with some bots that aren't really up to par, or even like going and doing the game mode, which seems to be a pretty bad decision. So
Because I mean, even
really quickly.
even in like the Unreal levels that we made in class, right? Like we use the simple like
Yeah, in like
nav mesh and
UE4, if you're
everything.
using UE4 and you have a game mode set up and nav meshes, you don't have to do anything. The bots will just work.
We have lost control.
But there
They're
is
not
the
great,
caveat of we
but
were
they're-
using Unreal Tournament level editor and not Unreal Engine. So I think Unreal Engine, especially if you have like custom weapons and stuff, you need to set it up a bit more. I need my aimbots.
Haven't you heard? There's no bots in this map at all,
They
aim
don't
or
exist.
otherwise.
Let's try this. I
Except
like
me,
the
I am an
comm
aimbot.
designs are really cool.
The what?
The comm like armor designs I really like.
Yeah, they look like Power Rangers. It's great. There isn't like this map is pretty big, but there's not a lot of like verticality. You know,
Yeah,
it's
it's very
mostly
flat.
just like
I'd love if you could like go into these big engines.
yeah, like that
Oh,
was one of
that's
my
weird. The way you get the hover packs to go up is by pointing up.
huh.
See how scummy I can be. Can we get some top tier scum?
I mean, I'd rather you not, but you know,
Oh, we've got some top tier scum.
whatever's cool. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh,
Top tier scum. the range on these rifles is real insane. They also appear to be hit scan.
yeah. All my bots are just not. They're not having it.
Are they just
At
sitting in
all.
the base?
Oh, one of them jumped once.
One of them jumped.
There you go. You got it.
That's progress. That's progress.
Look at you go. So proud of
Also,
you.
man, this game mode is long. You've had all 3 points for a while, and it's still going.
Oh my god.
561.
I can imagine having some like basic fun if we actually had like
Yeah, if we had like a full setup here, it would probably be pretty fun.
yeah. Here. I'm gonna lower the resolution because my frame rate I think is just getting worse.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting some like,
Uh,
dropped frames here.
That's better. Alright. I am terrible at sniping, but I'm gonna get a headshot anyway.
Let's see. That's if you can find me.
Probably can't.
Return to the battlefield or die. It doesn't seem nice. See that? Is the hoverback charge gonna last this long?
Dude, it lasts forever. Oh my god.
This is a lot of hoverback charge. Oh yeah, that just let me get across like the entire horizontal length of the map.
I mean, you can go up in this like middle structure, but there's no way to get here if you don't have a jetpack.
Yeah, and the ranger didn't seem to have it, which is an odd choice,
Yeah.
I think.
It kind of makes sense with like a sniper class though, because they
I
want
mean,
to
the
have
sniper
that.
class, you usually want them to not have access to it, so you can limit the amount of sniping perches there are. Because if your snipers can just get on top of the map and not be in danger, then you have an issue.
Well, you know, within reason,
Yeah,
Like-
they just need to tune the time, probably.
or you know, just pay attention to like where players can and can't go. You know.
This map, the weird thing with this map is it kind of looks more interesting outside of the playable area.
Is that where you are? Right? You just completely left the map.
No, I'm just like looking around past where the boundaries are, and there's a lot of like rocky terrain and a ton of engines stuck in the ground.
Oh my god.
Pipes everywhere. Looks more interesting.
Oh my god. You know what this map is?
What?
It's the Kashyyyk map from the original. Remember they had like from
Yeah.
the Battlefront 1? You had like the island, you had like the kind of swamp area everywhere, and then you had like the little
I
round
see it.
houses.
I
Oh
see
my
it.
god. Big brain moment right there.
Let's see.
I'm also getting some mad like Cosmodrome vibes from Destiny 1.
I see that too. The ground is like very similar coloration. You got your browns and your greens, you know,
Mm-hmm.
sticking out everywhere. This is my point now.
No.
Yeah, I feel like this map was bigger, and they did like Battlefield style sizes of like 64 players in a match,
Mm-hmm.
and you had like huge battles, that would be really cool. But it seems like right now that's the part that isn't really working super well.
And I can see like the wall on top, so if you had like a starship, you wouldn't be able to go very high.
Yeah. See how long this is gonna last. Not long.
I can't snipe, dude. I can't do it.
You can be so unpredictable with the jetpack in the air because you can just like go left and right at seemingly with no logic.
Dear God.
I mean, the particle effects are good. The shots.
Yeah,
look
it's
good.
like there's some really it's really high quality
Your
in
armor
some
gets
areas.
like grimy if you go in the water. That's cool.
Yeah. It's like really high quality in some areas and then non-existent in
Ooh,
others.
good shot. Good shot.
Boom. Headshot. Probably wasn't a headshot, but I mean.
Oh yeah, there's my bots all standing in the same spot. I wonder if that's the issue, if they're all just like clipping into each other and can't move.
Jesus.
Not enough spawn points. That's wild. The characters, I think the animations look decent too. They're not super detailed, but they work.
Yeah, it's like I said. There's some like a lot of attention and like some high quality parts, and then there's other parts that are just non-existent. You know?
Yeah, I think this is interesting that they decided to do a demo for Steam in this state, because I feel like a lot of people that were playing the demo were definitely not people that had heard of the game before, and this probably soured their first impressions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one of the most important things for any game is a first impression, and this has probably turned a lot of people off of it.
I also think like
it was.
I think a big problem right now, there's just absolutely no sound. Even if they just nick some like free sound assets just to like
yeah, a footstep sound is
fill
not
it
hard
out.
to set up. Like, footstep sounds are easy to do at a base level. Like, it'll clearly take some time to get like the terrain differences, but a basic walking sound is pretty easy. Ooh, that was a...
I don't even think that was a headshot, but I'll take it.
I think it had to have been if it killed me in one hit.
But my reticle wasn't anywhere near your head.
I wonder if it has any kind of auto aim. That'd be weird. I don't think so. It didn't feel like it.
Oh. I finally went up a ladder.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty great, isn't it?
That's incredible. Oh, you can pick up C4?
Yeah, I'm not sure what exactly it does, but you can.
What the fuck? Alright. Let's give this a try. Whoa! Okay. So you really launch it. Holy crap. Okay.
I was kind of banking on you standing really still for a second.
Woo!
Ooh.
How?
I need to set my sensitivity.
Why am I
so high?
Why am I really good at sniping in this game only?
Ooh,
Oh,
wow,
what?
they actually...
Oh.
We got a win condition.
Alright.
Alright, I think that's a pretty good length for a first impressions video. So we can go
Yeah.
for about half an hour, so...
Promising? Question mark?
Promising question mark, because a lot of this work is stuff they had to do after they lost the license or the ability to use Star Wars, because they got DMCA'd.
That's right.
Which was a shame, because the fan Battlefront 3 looked really cool. But that's not going to come out now. So we're in this weird spot of like they did a ton of work and don't want it to go to waste, so they're using it for this. But yeah. I think
It's
Wyatt was gonna
probably
go.
yeah, it's probably not a good time to release this in the state that it is.
Yeah, I think
because-
sound was definitely important.
Well, and also you have to make sure that if you're going to have multiplayer like this, because like you have to make sure that at least your bots are working, because with people like us, the first impression was severely hampered by the fact that it's just two of us.
Yeah. And we're not even playing this that long after... Like, we're only about a month after the release date, and not even a full month. which means
Yeah.
the game kind of lost players really, really quickly. And to be fair, I don't think they've updated the demo at all.
Oh no, they have.
They have? Yeah,
They have.
it's
I
a
think-
little concerning at the lack of players.
Because I think it just started off as team deathmatch, which I think was also a mistake.
At the same time, a big
Because-
part of that might be progression, because this game has no progression right now. Like, we didn't unlock anything, or there's no things to be working towards.
I suppose, but I feel like if you're going to come out with a conceptual demo for this, what people are here for is that big, like, combined arms mode.
Yeah.
And to just start with team deathmatch, I think was a mistake. Like, it's obviously an easy mode that you can get out there, which is fine, but I think they needed to start with something like domination or whatever the siege mode is. We didn't even try the third mode.
Yeah, I think Siege mode is just similar to Domination from what it looks like. And we know, like, indie teams can definitely do combined arms, because Angels Fall First, if people haven't played it, is really, really fun, and it's got great bots.
Mhm.
So it's got really good, like, single-player support, and it's got this huge combined arms style that I think is really fun. But yeah, right now this is in a rough spot. Hopefully it gets lined up and they do well. Like, this concept art in the menu looks fantastic. Like, this is super interesting.
Yeah, and like we've pointed out a couple of times, there's some good, like I think the gunplay is fine. I think the recoil needs to come back down when you stop firing, but I think there's a lot of good assets. The lighting is really dramatic, which I actually think works really well. There's a lot of like environmental detail, like a surprising amount of environmental detail, and like the effects look really good too. Like I think
Absolutely.
there are parts of it that are coming along really well, but I think there's other parts that are just non-existent. And I think they probably should have polished those up a little bit before releasing anything public.
Yeah, and conceptual demo is a weird term too. It might have been better to label this as like a pre-alpha or something
Yeah.
along those lines. Because I think conceptual demo maybe doesn't put people in the right headspace.
Well, it's also because it's like, well, if this is a conceptual demo, then is this like at all representative of what it's going to look like later? Because if you say alpha or beta, you're kind of implying that like, like this is where we're going with it. Whereas a conceptual demo is kind of like, yeah, this is more of like a rough concept and may not be like it's like PT vibes, right? Where it's like this is supposed to be something that's like teasing Silent Hills, but it's not really representative of it. But here's like what the team can do. And
Yeah,
I feel like that's
proving
kind
that
of
you can make the thing. And
Yeah.
like right now, this is in a weird spot to prove that, because a lot of the stuff like sound that really proves how a shooter feels is not super ironed out.
Mhm.
But it's in an interesting spot. The designs looked really cool.
Mhm.
The maps have potential. It's just without the bots being able to run around and like interact with them, it's really hard to tell if there's anything there to really play.
There was a lack of, like we said before, there was a lack of like verticality in the big map, which I think in big
Definitely.
maps is a
Even
mistake.
in the small map, there wasn't a ton of verticality there either.
Yeah.
And
That's a problem that-
verticality is huge. It really makes your game feel a lot more interesting. That's why Titanfall is such a great shooter to play.
Yeah, and it's why, like as much as I enjoy Battlefront 2, the new one, like the maps are not good, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
like,
most of them are super flat.
There's very few maps that I would consider like good. Like they're maybe functional, but not outstanding in any way.
Yeah.
So
But I think that's a good wrap up for this. So thanks for tuning in, everyone. And yeah, we'll probably do more of this kind of stuff in the future. Might play
Maybe
some,
with-
some Battlefront 2 or some other cool stuff.
some Jackbox would be fun.
Oh yeah, Jackbox would be great. That's a fantastic game. But yeah, so tune into the podcast. It airs on Sundays every week, or you can catch us live on Twitch at 7 p.m. Eastern, generally on Saturdays. So yeah, that's all your routes to check out. And thanks for watching.
All right, see ya.